Function with Purpose podcast. All things health, wellness, fitness, and education through the physical therapy perspective. I am Dr. Amy Bullock, owner and founder of Fortress Physical Therapy. Fortress PT is here to serve the Charlotte metro area by highlighting the importance of how and why physical therapy should be a part of your health and wellness lifestyle. Here we go. Welcome to Season 6, Episode 7 of the Function with Purpose podcast. Dr. Amy here. If you are joining in, welcome. Season 6, oh my gosh, we are winding down. I have been doing these podcasts for 2 years. Thinking about maybe doing one more year. I don't know, we'll see. Kind of just see where my mind takes me, and my efforts, and all of my energy. But thanks for tuning in. Know that real quick before we talk about today's topic is these podcasts are not only available on iTunes Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, but it's also uploaded to the Fortress PT YouTube channel. So you have access there as well. So definitely take a look back at Season 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as well. And I talk about many different topics. So speaking of topics, today's topic, which I think is very underrated, because I'm just going to talk about a specific movement with this. Building better health with LISS. L-I-S-S. So what is LISS? What is this word LISS? LISS stands for Low Intensity Steady-State, parentheses, cardio, end parentheses. So pretty much this is low intensity where you do not break a sweat. It is aerobic in nature, meaning your body requires oxygen to sustain a low intensity steady state cardio or aerobic output. This type of activity that is definitely still purposeful, as opposed to, training in the gym where you might be doing interval training or lifting heavy weights or participating in your boot camp class, etc., or even CrossFit, of course. But LISS is a form of low intensity cardio. So the biggest prime example of this, and you may have already guessed it, walking. Walking for distance, just walking at a normal cadence pace for you, in which the goal, in order for a low intensity output, the goal is to try to maintain a heart rate output between 50 to 60% of your heart rate max. So how do you get that? Just to use me for an example, there's this equation that we learn in school. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's very general. You basically take the number 220 minus your age. So 220 minus my age, which I'm 36 right now at this moment talking, and I think that puts me at about 184. That would be my heart rate max. So 184, you take 50% of that, and that's about 100, or just under, right? And then 60% is around like 110, 115. So for my low intensity steady state cardio or walking output, effort output during the most underutilized LISS activity, walking, that would put me somewhere between 100 and 110, 115 beats per minute for my heart rate capability between that 50 and 60%. So, why walking? Hey, Dr. Amy, can I do low intensity on a bike? Yeah, I mean, that's totally cool. That's fine, right? But if you want to be just a little bit more accurate in order to hit a lower intensity steady state cardio output, then you may just want to monitor your heart rate. But what is the point of LISS? Well, when we flip side to the research aspect, I got this from the American Heart Association website. A lot of us don't feel the need to incorporate LISS in our routine. Now, I've been doing this probably for the past 6 or so months. For the majority, most days of the week, I've been doing some type of walking or very low intensity cardio for somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes. But studies have shown that just walking, accumulating 30 minutes a day, can decrease your likelihood of heart disease and stroke by 35%. Oh, and by the way, heart disease and stroke, kind of collectively, more so heart disease, is one of the leading causes of death in the United States of America. So just by walking, you have a significant likelihood of decreasing heart disease and stroke by 35%. Oh, and you also reduce your chance of developing type 2 diabetes by 40%. 40, that's 0.5% basically. I might as well just say 50%, just by accumulating and walking 30 minutes a day. Doesn't have to be 30 minutes straight. It could be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes here. Or it could be a bout of 10 minutes, a bout of 10 minutes, a bout of 10 minutes, etc. Or 15, whatever. Those percentages just blow my mind. All we need to do is develop a habit that betters our heart, which then in turn betters our internal organs, basically, right? Because we're creating this low intensity pump system throughout our body. Yes, the heart is working normally, to pump the blood, but when we get into these percentage working ratios of our heart rate max, that creates a whole different story for the better, right? And these research studies have shown that, decreasing the likelihood of developing heart disease and stroke by 35%, and also reducing the likelihood of type 2 diabetes, which is a very strong comorbidity that Americans develop, by 40%. Walking or low intensity can be so easy, but it's by choice, right? The winter months are here. So what do when wintertime comes? We kind of sit by the fire a little bit more often. We chill out on the couch. We watch our favorite TV show for 30 minutes, right? Well, you could kind of kill two birds with one stone. Watch your TV show while you're on the bike doing low intensity steady state cardio. Boom. Wow. Amazing. Guess what? You're bettering your capability and lengthening yourself away from developing heart disease and stroke, type 2 diabetes, by 35 to 40%. Oh, and obviously on the other flip side of the coin, you improve your mental health. You improve your joint and bone health, right? You keep things oiled up, per se. So, where can you find and carve out 20 to 30 per research, 30 minutes of your day, might be 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, 10 in the evening, or 15, or 6 bouts of 5 minutes, where you can incorporate this low intensity steady state cardio output, somewhere between 50 and 60% of your heart rate max. Where can you carve it out at? What are some habits that you need to change in order to constantly strive to put your health, wellness, fitness, recovery first, right? And I'll kind of leave you guys with this final note. Oh, well, real quick. I've been trying to sneak mine in either right after lunch or right after dinner, but since it's been pretty cold out, I'll just get on the bike and listen to a podcast or write notes down in my phone, and before I know it, I knocked out 20, 30 minutes on the bike. Very low intensity output. So, okay, going back to habits. It's time to take control of your health, wellness, fitness, and recovery, right? To create a longer health span, to change it, to change your health tree. So, my mom, I remember she used to say when she was in high school, she had a teacher. He said, "Who's the most important person in the world?" To my mom. My mom's like, "Well, Jesus," which is true, okay. And the teacher was like, "No, Bonnie, it's you. You are important." Right under Jesus, right? So, put yourself first. Why not? I wonder what it would feel like if you would incorporate these little habits, health habits, wellness habits that accumulate every day on top of each other, to know what it feels like on the other side of the fence, to be healthy, to move well, to live pain-free, to create a longer health span, to lessen your chance of developing type 2 diabetes, lessen your chance of heart disease, lessen your chance of stroke, just by frickin' walking or low intensity biking. Or it might be 5 minutes of jumping jacks. Your choice. So think of that. Think of your routine. What's something that you can change? Start instilling this habit of getting this LISS, LISS, low intensity steady state, parentheses, cardio. That's a wrap for today's episode, Function with Purpose podcast. For more information on this episode, please check out the show notes within your podcast app. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, or drop your comments and questions below. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thanks for the listen. Pursuit, precision, purpose.